It's Danielle. Welcome to Bitch Sesh. Casey is not here today. She is shooting Crazy Times. She'll be back next week, but we had to bring in the big guns because this person is a co-host. Today she'll be our co-host. She'll be our guest. She'll be our everything. She's a fan favorite. She's my favorite. She's a good friend. We haven't seen her in about a year. Last time we saw her, she was playing tennis with Judith Light during the pandemic. That was what she was doing with her pandy. You know her and love her from Ugly Betty, from Love Victor, from Devious Mates, and from this podcast and so many other things. My dear, dear friend, Anna Ortiz.
So, yeah, I'm so happy to be back.
We're so happy to have you back. I miss you. And guys, you can't see this, but she is sporting some gorgeous bangs. This is a new development in everybody's lives. Where did this come from?
It's a pandy bang situation.
Yeah. Did you do them yourself?
No, I now trimmed them myself, but I just went in to get my hair dyed.
Okay.
And I sat in the chair and I had finished wrapping Victor and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I want something different. I want bangs.
They look amazing. Now, I don't have a lot of hair, so I found bangs to be basically a part-time job for me. I spent half my day dealing with them in one way or another. How about you? How is that?
No, it is that. It is all of that. But I've got really not much else to do. So I find it actually a good way to distract myself. I got a little straightening brush.
Oh.
That I like to run through my bangs every now and again.
I love it. You look so good. How come this year hasn't aged you in the way that it has aged me? Or is there a great filter on?
You're crazy. You look fantastic, A. And B, I've gotten a lot of sleep. I'm not going to lie. I've gotten a lot of sleep.
Is it a depression sleep? Sure, but it's sleep.
But sleep nonetheless.
And how is Judith Light? Have we been playing tennis still? Have we kept up that?
Now, listen, Miss Danielle, I play on her tennis court.
Oh, sorry.
She don't play tennis, really.
No, she's not.
She's busy. Judith is conquering the planet one roll at a time. So no, she's in and out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. She's jet setting about. I see her occasionally.
She'll wave to you from the main house.
That's correct. I'm not allowed in the main house.
Of course not. Why would you be? You're not the trash like me. You're just allowed on the tennis courts. You have to use the back door to get to that tennis. You have to climb a fence.
So she'll wave from the balcony.
Like Eva Peron.
Totally.
I love it. So have you been keeping up with your housewives during this pandemic? Have you...
Those bitches have been the only thing getting me through.
Right?
You don't know. No. I'm really, I depended on them. They came through for me. You know what I mean? I've been waiting for Beverly. You don't know.
Should we just get into Beverly Hills now? We're here now because, we all went through, we knew what was coming, which was the Erika Jayne of it all. I mean, that's the reason for the season at this point, correct?
Oh, it's just too good. It's just, yeah. I mean, yes, that is one of the reasons I've been waiting for it, for sure, to see what happens. We didn't get much of it in the first app.
No, we didn't. But you know what? I felt the darkness of it about to you know what I mean? Yes. I feel the storm coming.
Totally.
And I don't know if it's the music they're playing or just our knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's because we know it's coming.
But I feel a dark sheen over the first. Again, I might be putting this, but they keep prefacing it. She keeps saying ugh. Everything just fell apart. And then, to see the preview for this season.
Yeah.
I mean, what is your take on all of this? As an outsider, as we all are, as much as I wish I was an insider, what do you think? Do you think she knew? Do you think she was aware? Do you think this hit her by surprise? Do you think she knew and turned a blind eye? I mean, again, I, for one, don't think just because your husband or a family member did something that you have any, you know what I mean?
Yes,
Like, that's
yeah.
crazy. People are married to serial killers. So they are, I mean, like, people are literally like asleep, and then the husband, let's be honest, goes off and kills people. So where are you at with all this?
You know, I don't think she knew the extent to which it was, but do I think she knew a little bit? I do. I do. I think she probably was aware. I mean, she looks, even when she was sitting in that closet,
the one of her two fucking
the clean closet. Like, she was sitting in the 18 rack extra room.
Yes.
And she was just sort of, down, but like, she looked dark and depressed and that like defeated.
Yes.
And that's not a look she really rocks a lot.
No, she's cool as ice.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's just because Chicago was closing.
No, that's exactly right.
Again, we all want to return as Roxy Hart, but like it's not.
That's exactly right. I think so. I don't know. I mean,
it did feel like the walls were closing in, because I wonder. Here's what I was thinking as I was watching it, is that in this pandemic, so many things came to light. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like everything stopped. So people's way of life stopped. And so I believe, and again, I have no knowledge of this at all. I am making this. This is purely my feeling.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. But my feeling is that like when money stopped coming in, he couldn't cover. You know what I mean? Not that he was doing a great job of covering, and I do think the creditors were coming and the people were coming and saying, where is my money? But as soon as like the wheels stopped turning of society and money stopped coming in, he started to panic.
Yeah.
And she started to panic because she probably knew something was going on. So like that's why a lot of this came to light, because he couldn't, pay Peter to cover Paul, or you know what I mean? Like,
100.
And so that's why we're feeling the effects of
that darkness that she's.
Yes.
Do you think she had to get rid of that necklace? Do you think they took everything?
All I could think about was that necklace, because I was like, that is got to be on the auction block, because that is fucking like too sweet.
I was like, yo, you think and she's stupid for putting that on the show. Maybe that's a clue that she didn't know, because she should have fucking locked that thing, put that somewhere, and been like, I don't know where it is. Do you know what I mean?
Crazy. I'm like, all those clothes better be on the auction block. I know that house is up for sale. That house is up.
What about them cars? And they're showing.
Do you see those cars? And I think the editors are being very clear about this.
But she should have hid that necklace. What is she thinking?
Maybe she didn't know I don't know.
Because if she's a smart cookie.
That necklace
with them earrings. Oh.
Or do you think here's my other question. A lot of these women also show us fake shit.
That's true. Dorit, we're looking at you.
Oh.
Dorit, we're looking at you, girl. Run away.
I mean, I think a lot of it is glass,
I think you might.
So I wonder if they're showing us it to give the illusion that, look at all this money I have, but you knock it on a table and it falls apart,
That's true.
Dorit is just that house is made of like sticks and air, and
girl,
you blow on it and that thing is coming down.
Man.
Dorit's house is just...
I can't. I mean, it looks like listen, I live in Studio City.
As I used to.
Why do any of them live in Beverly Hills anymore? Is there a single one of them that doesn't live in the Valley?
I mean, Dorit's in Encino.
So
Kyle's in Encino.
Kyle.
I think Rinna's in the Valley, I think, in like the Valley Hills.
Yeah.
Erika Jayne's in Pasadena. Crystal, our new Crystal Minkoff.
Now.
Who is stunning. I never seen such a beautiful woman in my life.
She's really good.
She's 10 feet tall.
And she's got attitude. I'm ready. I'm here for it.
Oh, got a body to die for. Stunning. I think she's our only real housewife of Beverly Hills. Married to the director of The Lion King. Seems to have her own shit going on.
Yeah.
Just stunning.
I mean, her holding that baby until 8:00. You got to give props.
I couldn't have. I was like, get it
I was like, I don't know, man.
But talk about willpower. Talk about someone who's not going to lie down for anybody.
My second kid flew out. There was no holding him back.
I've told this podcast on this podcast many times, but my daughter did not want to come out. And I was like, get her. I was like, get me an epidural and get her out. And literally they had to cut her out. She's like, no, I don't want to come.
Rafi was like, let's go.
That's so Rafi.
So is. So is.
He's still just clawing to get out. But no, Crystal, I'm excited about. What did you think about Rinna and Garcelle? That meeting, because
here's the tea. First of all, I'm a big Garcelle fan. I love her whole shtick. I love her whole. She can fucking read you and not say one word. Mm-hmm. The thing I do have, the hair clip situation has got to end for me. It's too much hair accoutrement. She's got every scene. She had red bobby pins on one side at one point. Then she had a whole mess of 10 barrettes in one side.
I didn't mind it. I liked it. I like it. I like accoutrements.
My husband liked it too. And I said, no.
No, I like it. I like it. I liked when Dorit did it too with all the Bobby. That
was 3 years ago though.
I don't care. No, I like, to me, more is more. I know Coco Chanel said take one thing off. I'm like, no, put one thing on.
No, I'm for sure put more on. Absolutely. But
yeah, that's why I'm surprised. You like necklaces, you like earrings, you like bangs.
It's true. I know. I am the anti-Coco Chanel, but in this case, it's just a big no for me.
But what did you think of her combo with Rinna?
I thought it was everything it needed to be. And I was glad she didn't let Rinna off the hook. I was glad that she took that big pause. It was like, I'm open. I'm not saying it's going to go, but I'm open.
Well, she called Rinna out, and Rinna so badly wanted to sweep last season under the rug. She was like, yeah, I'm not.
She was disgusting. That's why.
Yes,
and so
she was.
Yeah.
And she was like, I just wanted her to be honest. And Garcelle just being like, why? It has nothing to do with you. Why do you care? And Ren is like, I was a cunt.
I was a cunt.
She's like, but that's not an excuse. That's just and she's like, I've learned a lot about myself during this pandemic. It's like, you haven't learned shit.
You say just that every fucking time. She says how much she's learned about herself.
I think Rinna's going to be the bad guy this season. I don't think... Rinna sort of we ebb and flow with her where it's sometimes she's the bad guy, sometimes she's the good guy. Yeah. I think she's not going to be well liked this season. I think too much happened last season. She has to really crawl out of the sludge.
I don't see how she can crawl out. I just don't. I don't. But that being said, we need her. We need her there.
We do. Oh, for sure. I don't want her going anywhere.
We need her evil ass there.
But just that meeting of just I was a bitch. I don't know what happened to me, but let's move forward. And then after the conversation with Garcelle, she's like, I feel great. I feel easy breezy.
She always does that though. She thinks she can just come and sit down and be like, I'm a cunt. I fucked up. And now everybody's going to go back to zero. And Garcelle don't fucking play that shit.
No. And Lisa Rinna is always like, own it. So that you can move on. But owning it is also sitting in the uncomfortability of not everyone's moving on.
No. I think it's we've moved on from that. I'm not going to sit here and talk to you about Denise anymore, but don't think that I'm going to trust you or you know what I mean? Be your girl all of a sudden.
Yes.
Exactly. I don't want to keep talking about Denise either. Who does? You know what I mean? But it's but don't come at me like we're besties now.
Yeah, I'm not going to trust you. And in the ad or the scenes from the season, Garcelle's like, I don't know that I can trust you. I don't know. Should I trust you? And she was like, I don't know. I don't know that you can. It's you're right. I don't trust myself. It's yeah, because you're the worst.
She's the worst. She's the worst. But
I mean, we need her again. I don't want her going anywhere.
No.
I'm just calling it like I see it, which is that she's a monster.
She's a monster.
And her daughters are turning into monsters too. And the one dating Scott Disick.
I'm so ready for it.
I mean,
Beverly Hills is bringing it. I'm telling you.
What would you do if Paloma came home with Scott Disick? Because pretty soon that's who he's going to be going for.
I know. No.
They're going to get younger.
First of all, I would just, if he really wanted to throw, like, I would just bring, like, every single Puerto Rican I knew and be like, all right, if you're going to date my daughter, this is who you're dealing with. And he would run so fast. He could never. He'd be so scared. I mean, please. I bring like literally every Puerto Rican, not only in my family, but just in LA, just to come through. Forget it. He would be so scared. He'd run for the hills.
He's such a piece of shit.
Or I just leave the country with Paloma. Like, fuck that.
You drag her away?
I would leave.
It's such a real fear in LA. If you are in LA right now and you have a daughter, I don't care what age she is, Scott Disick is coming for her. So just look out.
Yeah, gross.
No one is safe. No one's daughter is safe from Scott Disick is what I will say.
He's the worst.
He's a monster person. And he's coming for all of our daughters. Now, I believe it to be true. Literally, I was like, oh, God. Like, my daughter's only 7, but I don't know. 11 years.
He don't care. He disgusting.
Don't care. Sutton. Thoughts on Sutton this season?
Listen, I caused a lot of controversy when I told you I'm a Sutton fan, and I still
think it's
am.
So strange. It's so strange of you. It's a side I didn't see coming.
I still am.
Why? Can you break it down for me?
She's so okay. You remember how so Garcelle and Sutton, odd couple, but do you see what I'm saying? Odd couple, but Garcelle gets it. Garcelle's like,
but what are you both getting that I'm not seeing?
She's a friggin' weirdo.
Yes.
And
who moved into Kyle's old house.
Which I love so much.
Strange. If your friend moved into your house like a few years later, I don't know. It's weird.
Yo, and who has $20,000 a month to spend on a house?
That's crazy. Especially because, I'm sorry, it's a huge house. Why does she need all that? Again, why am I asking? Rich people do crazy things. They just need big houses.
She's cray, but I like her kind of cray. And I think, I don't know, there's just listen, there's a familiarity for some reason that I have for Sutton.
Oh, I think I know why.
There's something I just really understand about her. She's so clueless about shit.
Yes.
Whereas, like, someone like Lisa Rinna can just be evil, and she knows she's being evil. Don't even get it twisted. For 1 second, Lisa Rinna comes out, she's like, I'm gonna, just antagonize and be a horrible human. I don't think Sutton even has the capacity to understand, like, what that means.
Mm-hmm.
And I find it enjoyable. And her weird body, there's just something, there's like that weird, she's such a weirdo. And I mean, just her in the preview screaming about the ugly leather pants, she had me at
you at, well, I thought she had me at the preview because she's so benign is what, like, she's such a nothing, which is what I appreciate about her, was when she's like, don't talk to me that way. And Erika's like, or what? And she's like, nothing. She's like, I know I have nothing to
see, but I like that. See, or nothing. The problem is you should have backed it up, like, or nothing, because I'm not an animal who's gonna beat you down, but you shouldn't talk to me like that, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but she doesn't have that. She doesn't have that, Anna.
I don't know. There's just something about her weird, wide-eyed sort of cluelessness. And yet there's a meanness. I don't know. That's just something.
It's wild. But you love her. You have a place in your heart. I have a place
for her, in my heart,
so
and I'm happy that Garcelle gets it. She understands.
Oh, I love Garcelle. I'm happy she's there. I'm happy Crystal's coming. I'm happy Kathy Hilton is on her way. Kathy Hilton is a force.
Kathy Hilton is a force.
Like, she's a wall that none of us are going to be able to break down. Like, she's a cockroach. Like, she's like a, like, she will survive anything. She got it from Big Kathy. Like, Big Kathy passed, and little Kathy took over the family. Like, she's the stalwart of the family now. She's a brick. She'll survive anything. Like,
but you know what? She's having a good time. Like, she's having fun. She doesn't give a fuck. When she confused Garcelle for Kyle.
Oh, I forgot about that. Wait, was that the preview? Or did that happen?
When at Dorit's party,
that's
Garcelle
right. Oh my God.
I was like, hi, Kyle.
It was her sister, her own sister. I mean, it was a wild moment.
But you know what? She didn't even blink an eye. She didn't give a fuck. She didn't. She thought it was hilarious. I love her laugh, by the way, too. She is having a good ass time.
I love when they showed in the preview, like, she made, like, I do think Kathy Hilton laughs at herself, which I always appreciate when someone
That's
can laugh
what
at
I mean.
themselves.
Exactly.
So and I never would have saw that coming. I thought she was humorless, but I'm excited that we're getting into the universe of Kathy Hilton. Like, I'm excited that we're breaking down that wall that I hadn't seen behind those gates of her, because I like her a lot more. I'm sure she's a piece of shit. That doesn't matter. I'm just saying, like, I'm liking watching her more.
Yeah.
Like, what was she said something like evil in the preview, like, those who can't play the game, or whatever. And then Kyle's
life's a poker game. Everyone has to show their card.
That's what she said. And then Kyle's like, Kathy, and she's like, I know. She broke the facade of being like, yeah, that's a ridiculous. Like, I'm not in Dynasty here. So funny.
No, I'm here. I'm all about the Kathy Hilton.
I want Kathy to be a main time player.
I mean, her weird dentistry fixation.
What is
that? And what's a walnut pick?
I have no. That
she
seems
said
like
that
an older.
Like, we're all supposed to know what that is.
I'm like, either that's an olden time thing, like, hey kids, like the 1950s or 60s, go out and play with your walnut pick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, here's when they used to play with like a stick and a hoop. Like, when they show that in like the 1930s, you're like, what are those kids doing with that stick and hoop?
She said walnut pick. I was like, what the fuck?
Or it's a rich thing, like an oyster spoon or something that we just don't know about. Like, now, everybody, you have your demi-tasse spoon right next to your walnut pick. Like, it's just like one of the 7 pieces of silverware on a rich person's table. No, you know what it
probably is?
What?
Yes, it probably is to pick the meat out of a walnut. I bet you that's what it is.
That is a rich person tool.
It's a fucking oyster spoon.
Because who can't pick out the meat of a walnut with their goddamn hand? Like, you knock it on a table.
And it comes out.
Yeah, but only rich people are like, I can't waste my energy opening a walnut with my own hands.
But it makes sense that you could use it in somebody's mouth.
Yes, of course. That's so strange. It's so weird.
Bananas.
Walnut pick.
So she does, like, that's her fixation, that. And they said she does people's hair, which...
I would say lay off people's hair.
She needs to start with her own hair. It's a hot
exactly.
disaster.
I think Kathy is still probably living in like the 80s a little bit of like
a little
big,
bit?
Yeah, like big hair and like.
And she's rich. She came through that dress up dinner and she looked like she was wearing a fucking muumuu. I hated it.
But that's what super rich people do, I think. Like, you know how like Dorit's like all, again, I am not new money or old money. I'm just me. But I do think old money doesn't dress up. They don't show off their wealth.
I suppose. But she married old money.
Exactly, but she knows how to play that old money game.
I get it.
I think. You know what I mean? Like, she's been entrenched in it for so long. His mother or whatever, like, taught her the old money game.
Well, I find it disappointing.
Yes, I know. We want her to give us looks.
Because God, Beverly girls are bringing the looks.
Oh, they are. I mean, that dinner party where everyone.
Wait, how about fucking Rinna in the fucking Jen Shaw fucking?
Oh,
I couldn't believe it. I was like, she is wearing Jen Shah's fucking suit, you know?
Because they all dress the same. All these housewives dress the same. They all have the same style, the same like color. Versace, like, you know, like just.
But I'm here. But that's why I watch. Don't change a thing, ladies. That's
why it's hard to watch other shows where they're not bringing us fashion.
100.
You know
Dallas,
what I mean? It's
we're looking at you. On you.
Dallas. What about that stuff that went on last week with Dallas with Cam's family and her
She's a garbage trash can.
She's a garbage. Her husband, Court, and his brother, like
Check.
What's his name?
Check or fucking
Clue. Whatever.
Vomit.
Coming.
Loads.
I mean, just the fucking worst.
Don't come for Tiffany.
Don't come for Tiffany.
Don't come for Tiffany. She's the only thing keeping your stupid show alive.
Truly.
Really.
Truly.
And Tiffany can bring the looks.
She's bringing looks. She's bringing smarts. She's bringing everything.
Chicken feet. Y'all better just back the fuck off. Crickets in your pizza. Listen. Anyway. I'm just saying, talking about looks. Oh, wait, did I miss something, or did they not do for Beverly the opening salvo of their like lines? They didn't do that, right?
I don't think we saw. I don't remember. I didn't think I saw them either.
They didn't do it.
Weird.
I know, right? But I do like their opening looks, like everybody in a jewel tone. I was here for it.
They all look amazing. I'm excited for the season. I'm scared for the season. There's darkness with Erika. I hope we get stuff from her. I've heard we're going to.
You think?
I mean, again, people in the know are telling us she's going to tell us things.
Oh, shit.
But she's never going to indict herself. So,
no.
You know, who knows what the truth is. But we're getting stuff. That's what I hear. I'm here for it. It's dark. It's sad. It's scary. It's upsetting. It's interesting.
What about fucking where do you stand on Kyle's nose job? Do you think she really got it broken?
No.
No.
She's blaming everything on Halloween too.
She's such a fucking liar. And please, can we stop talking about fucking Halloween for 5 seconds?
Like, remember, she got those terrible bangs. Your bangs are beautiful, but she got this. No, your bangs not included.
I was so worried about it. That's literally what I thought about. I was like, oh my God, I'm getting Kyle bangs.
You're different. No, she got those terrible bangs and she regretted it. And so she was like, Halloween 2 gave me these bangs. And then she was like, I got a nose job because of Halloween 2. You have to stop blaming everything.
I know she was full of shit because they were like, what happened? She said, something flew back and hit me in the face. No. You know exactly what flew back. If you break your nose from something flying at your face, you know exactly what it is. You're not just like some random thing. No
thing.
No. And I never even noticed anything about her nose.
Fat. Again, stop fucking with your faces, lady. Stop it. I mean,
telling you.
We all, some Botox and fillers, I'm fine. But let's stop cutting and slicing and dicing. You all are, especially Kyle.
Especially Kyle. I know. She don't need it.
What are you doing, Kyle? And this is not her first one.
Her first nose job?
No way. Have you seen old pictures of her? No. That's not her first time at the rodeo, at the nose job rodeo. No. No, sir.
I can't take it.
There's nothing left. She's going to have nothing. It's going to be Voldemort.
It's going to be fucking Michael Jackson. That's going to fall off.
It's going to be fucking crazy. Stop messing with your nose. Literally, she's like, I can't feel my nose. That's how I want it. This is not okay. Stop.
I don't understand it. I have to say, I'm giving it up to, what's her name? Crystal.
Uh-huh.
She's a force too. I think when she said that shit about Dorit, I was here for it.
What did she say about Dorit again?
It was nothing. It was like, she was like, well, if they don't know you,
yes,
then you're nobody. And then they were like, do you know Dorit? And she was like, no.
I don't know her. That's the worst compliment. I mean, not compliment, but insult you can get. I don't know her.
I don't know her.
Nothing, like, someone could call me a bitch, but to say they don't know me.
And the way she did it was so deadly and perfect. Like, I thought she was going to sort of be like kind of a nice girl. Mm-mm.
No. I appreciate that.
I do too. I'm here for it.
Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you, Crystal.
You're giving us looks. You're giving us danger. I like it. Thank you. I don't want to fuck with you. Makes me excited to know you. Should we, speaking of no jobs, should we take a break and come back with New York?
Sure.
And we're back. Okay, let's talk New York.
Okay.
We've come a long way. We have Ebony, who's delightful.
Yes.
A breath of fresh.
And gorgeous.
Gorgeous. We are in the Hamptons. Where are you at with New York?
I will say, I feel like the cast is too small.
Yes, it does feel light.
Watching Beverly Hills really brought it home for me that they're missing an energy in New York. They're missing a vibe. They're missing, I don't know that it has to be Tinsley. I don't know what it has to be, but they're missing a vibe. It's a little incestuous with just a little.
Yeah, it's small. It's small. And we like a bigger cast. I hear you.
Yeah.
Do you miss Dorinda at all?
I'm sorry that I do not.
You do not. Either do I.
I just don't. She was mean. She was weird. Her drinking was getting much like Sonja's drinking is getting now at this point. It's like, it's not, I can't laugh at it anymore. I can't I just want to help her.
If you want to help her, are you banking at JP Morgan?
No, bitch, I'm not banking. Who am I banking? No, girl. I think I got I'm still using my ATM card shit.
But I just love that. It was just like, that's my family. It's like, JP Morgan Chase does not care about you, Sonja.
Girl.
What is happening?
What is happening? Now, I feel like she wants her husband back.
But I don't know if you know this. Casey and I found out that she was only married to him for 6 years.
What?
6 years.
Escándalo. Are you kidding me?
No.
That's bonkers.
So, and it was, I want to say 20 years ago.
Yeah. And she was like the cheater, didn't she?
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
So it's so bananas.
She's bonkers, man. And that's the thing. Usually I'm here for Sonja's crazy. By the way, what the fuck elixir is Luann taking? She looks so goddamn beautiful.
She looks fantastic.
Is it Garth? I mean, what is happening?
Garth is so gross.
Garth is so gross. But what magic potion is she? She smokes cigarettes, for God's sake.
I know. They're supposed to age you. It's aging her backwards. It's wild. She should write a book about that. Yes, not her class, because she is not classy at all. No way. She's the only one who's outside, smoking cigs.
Smoking cigarettes. Her style is atrocious. I hate everything.
Her taste is the worst, but she looks fantastic.
And that body, the hair, the neck, the whole situation.
Everything. Her neck looks fantastic. What is she doing?
I want to murder myself when I look at my neck. I literally want to chop my head off. And then I look at fucking that bitch. I quit smoking cigarettes only because they make me look terrible. I would be smoking a cigarette right now if I could. But I can't.
Because it would make my neck look bad.
But look at her. It's not fair.
It's not
right. It's not right. The only comfort I have is that she dresses like a weirdo from Montana.
She dresses so strange. Always with a huge piece of... Talk about someone who was wearing too much. Her jewelry pieces would weigh... I would be on the floor. They would weigh me down. I would not be able to stand up.
And the fake furnace of it all. And the fucking weird vests. She loves a fucking vest.
Never not in a fur vest. It's so weird.
It's atrocious. I can't.
She looks fantastic. Now, let's talk about... This was a shocking thing with Ebony and Ramona. That conversation, because Ramona called people that help her in her house the help. Which is a shocking word. I've never heard that. I mean, I've heard that word used in movies, but
in a period movie from,
But is so insulting. And I love that Ebony called her out on her, told her her family history.
But in the most elegant sort of
And I felt for Ebony in that moment because Ebony, as long as so many people of color have to be the bigger person in that moment to talk to a white woman and say,
especially a Trumper, like fucking,
yeah, and have to be more elegant than they need to be and have to be, you know, the better person to explain to a white woman that, look, like to just be the bigger person. I felt for her at that moment because she had to hold herself in, and which she didn't need to, but you know, to talk to this white woman and make her understand why it's insulting.
Do you think that if anyone, like if a white person had said exactly what Ebony said to Ramona, that Ramona would have heard it? Even, I'm telling, like, word for word, if like a white woman had said to her, you know, it just triggers me. But I don't know. I feel like Ebony's really smart though, because she can look at Ramona and be like, I know Ramona's a little bit scared of me. And so I'm going to just, you know what I mean? I'm going to sort of, but to her credit, she doesn't use that. You know what I mean? Like, I would fucking scare the shit out of Ramona if I could. Like,
no, but Ebony knew at that moment, like, I'm not going to get through to her if I come at her. And so she held herself back, which she doesn't need to do, but she knew that Ramona is not an open person, that she is a racist person, that she is a bad person.
Yeah.
So the only way I'm going to get through to her is to have to be calm and cool and collect and be, you know, and have to like explain to this woman.
Yes, she's going to have to go high.
I really felt for her in that, Ebony, in that moment, because that takes a lot of patience that she did not have to have.
But I feel like Ebony's used to it. I feel like she's had this conversation 57.
So many fucking white women. And I'm sorry. And that's what sucks about being the only person of color on that show, is that all of a sudden you are there to represent all people of color. You know what I mean? And that's not fair to anybody. No one wants to be that person, the one person.
No. No.
And that's why, you know, obviously there needs to be huge retooling, and hopefully that will happen.
Well, we'll see. I mean, listen, there's room for it. New York is short. Like, it needs more people. It just does. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, Sonia is so crazy. Like, and she usually carries that show. You know what I mean? But she can't.
You know, ever since Century 21 got down,
it knocked her out.
It knocked her the fuck out.
It knocked her out. I feel like Century 21 was the fucking death knell for her. Like, she's.
I mean, for a lot of New York, but
yeah.
I love some Century 21.
Girl. Please.
I used to go downtown, all the way down to, like, where was it? The one all the way down,
like on
on
Wall
Water Street.
Yeah. It's like all the way the hell. Please. Poochie? I got a Poochie dress for $30? Yes. I just have to resew the lining. Okay.
I loved Century 20. But poor Sonia,
she's back in that pitiful townhouse.
I know, and it's being held together by Scotch tape at this point because she cannot pay for repairs.
It's just too depressing.
It's so.
Do you know what I mean? Like, listen, if I wanted to get depressed, I could just look at my own life. I'm watching you ladies because, yes, everything's a disaster, but it's almost too much of a disaster.
Yeah, New York is very dark right
it's
now.
It's really dark.
It's a tough watch.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What about Leah? Leah's new nose job. Guys, I loved her nose before.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what she did even or why she did it. I think her whole look has turned for the worse this season.
I don't know what. What's that money dress? Do you like that money dress?
I hate it.
Money.
I fucking hate it. And she's always had crazy style, but she's so hot that it didn't even fucking matter.
Yeah, and I sort of liked it, but I don't know. I don't love the nose job. But again, I love her. I'm willing to give it. We all do things for ourselves to make us feel better. No shame in that game. We've all done it.
But she did that gorgeous thing.
I love that.
All that hair.
Yeah, I'll use my Yiddish, that punum.
And that body. I mean, she crazy. But I don't know. She's not drinking, so maybe she just needed like a, I don't know, addictive personality. I have no idea. But she...
you know what I loved watching, though? Sonia and Lou walking through like that vineyard and just like that man being like, you're hot. And then being like, I'm hot. Like just them like they're sharks. They're man sharks. And they're both just so horned up.
It's so insane.
I've never seen hornier women in my life.
Yes, this was right after Ramona just screamed to the entire vineyard that she had diarrhea. Like, what's happening? She was literally like, I have diarrhea. I'll tell you something right now. If I had diarrhea at a vineyard, I would just get right back on that fucking bus and hide in shame. There's no goddamn way I would be screaming about it.
These women have been shitting on floors across the world for the last 3 years. They're shitting across this great land of ours. Like we're shitting in like Colombia. We're shitting in the Hamptons.
In beds. No, they're disgusting. Beds.
We're shitting on floors. We are shitting across Great Barrington, Massachusetts. Never. I'm worried about Ramona. There's something.
I didn't know she had IBS. There's fucking Leah.
She is her. She's got something going on. No one shits that much to the point where they just like any surface is a toilet. Like this is insanity.
And you have no shame in it? My God.
I mean, the woman is basically incontinent at this point. Like what? And you're on TV. And they're like, and she'll say things like, that's not classy. But you're like, you're shitting everywhere.
You're disgusting.
What do you know of
She's
class?
Gross. And Leah's like, I don't know how she's going to be eating them oysters if she has And she's slurping down oysters every 5 seconds.
She's taking lobsters to go. Like,
listen, even Ebony put some macarons in her Birkin. I was like, okay.
That's me though. I go to a party, I go to anywhere there's free food, I will take some home. Like those are women after my own heart.
I will take stuff home. I will not take like wet soppy shit home, but I
once took an entire chicken into a movie theater. I got no problem putting something wet and soppy into my purse. I went to Kenny Rogers Roasters or whatever, Boston Market in New York City. Put it in my purse, a whole chicken. Put it in my purse. Because, you know, in New York, you're like, my purse is my car.
Of course.
So you have a huge fucking bag. Went into the Lowe's on 3rd Avenue. Ate a whole chicken. Thrilled. Best day of my life. Thrilled to do it. I will put any amount of food in a purse. I have no problem. So there, like that I'm on, but I don't have diarrhea afterwards.
And you certainly wouldn't scream about it if you did.
No, I have, I used to work at City Crab and Seafood Company.
Yes, of course.
You remember that. R.I.P. City Crab.
R.I.P. I went on a date with Philip Seymour Hoffman to City Crab.
Stop it.
Swear to God. Dropped a name there. Name drop.
I know, but you deserve it. Judith Light, Philip Seymour. We got all the grades.
I mingle in big circles.
But people, seafood hits people like immediately. Like
was that bathroom like a Ramona Central?
It was so honestly. There was a huge staircase that went like down the middle of the floor. You remember? It was like the bottom to the top. Someone once, it was like not even like late at night. It was like 10:30. So the big crowd had gone, but there were plenty of people. Someone took a shit in the middle of that
You
stairwell.
need to stop it. It's all that butter.
Human-sized dump. And that bathroom, I know everyone's disgusted right now. It looked like someone just held their bottom up to it and just exploded. And I would see it hit people because, like, you have a bad chowder 5 seconds later, you're fucking in that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're literally like eat your weight in fucking melted butter. That's just gonna run right through you. It was just
every day was a murder scene in the
City Crab.
We used to call it Shitty Crab behind its back. But I mean, it was good food. It was so expensive. It was so expensive.
I loved it.
I couldn't afford to eat there, but anyway, I loved working there. I worked there for years, on and off. But anyway, seafood, New York, Ramona's IBS.
Ramona's shitting in her bathroom, screaming about her diarrhea.
And Do you really think that Ramona didn't know what cancel culture is when she was like, why do we want to cancel culture?
I mean,
she's such a dum-dum and she doesn't care about...
I mean, the fact that she didn't know how to say reggae, like, you know what I mean? I do think she didn't know what cancel culture is. She's so dumb. They need another energy on that show. They really do. They need someone to balance it out a little bit. Someone to, I don't know. Because Ebony's so darling and sweet right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if she's gonna keep talking to them on that level, like she thinks she has to, or if she's gonna come through with some heat. But
well, Heather's coming next week. That's not going to be enough. Remember Heather? Yummy tummy Heather.
And Heather talked all that shit about everyone.
Well, I love how, because Luann was like, I'm good friends with Heather. I don't know what you're talking about. And she's like, and Leah's like, well, this is what she said about you. She said you did drugs all the time or something. And she goes, I love Luann. Luann goes, cool, great.
Maybe that's why she looks so fucking good.
Because the drugs?
Drugs.
Give me those drugs.
Listen, is this what I have to start doing? Because I will go back to the 80s.
I've seen pictures of people on meth. They don't look great.
Luann ain't doing meth now, Danielle.
What do you think, cocaine?
Of course. And the good shit, too.
Yeah, she gets good cocaine. She knows how to get good cocaine.
She gets good cocaine.
She's getting it from, what's his name, Gunther.
Garth.
Definitely. Garth. I call him Gunther.
She's getting the good drugs.
He is her trainer. He's her lover. He's her drug dealer, for sure.
I mean, listen, what more could you ask for, really?
In a man? Nothing. Good sex, good training, good drugs. Go home.
Boom, done. And then a cigarette afterwards. Luann is now fast becoming like my role model.
We should all be so lucky.
We should all be so fucking lucky. Like, if that bitch can do it and lick that fly, okay. All right, Luann.
She looks good. She looks great.
Put a fucking party in your circle, bitch.
Should we take a break and come back with Jersey?
Sure.
Okay, Jersey.
Oh.
Can I say, I have never needed Jersey as much as I needed this season.
Yeah.
Because Jersey is light as a feather to me.
Yes.
They are, again, they pretend as if COVID does not exist. They are partying. They are, and I needed that. Like sometimes when I check it, I'm like, oh God, COVID. But most of the time they're just at a party and I just needed to be at that party. We all lost last summer, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't. They still were going. And so I find such relief in having that summer I didn't get with them.
Yes, I concur. I do. I have to say though, and this is going to be met with a lot of like anger, but you know what, Teresa, I can't anymore. Like I
don't like Teresa. I'm done with Teresa.
Like, but I don't even. It's not even. I'm not even enjoying hating her. Like it's not even fun for me right now. It's sometimes to just because she's such a fucking asshole sometimes that. And there's, I had a friend like that who you could be like, it's daytime. And she'd be like, it's night. And I'd be like, no, it's clearly daytime. It's night. And it just is maddening and infuriating. And
you're never going to get through to them. They don't want to be gotten through to.
I don't even think Ebony could get through to them.
No, even Ebony
I don't think you could sit there and try the Michelle Obama thing. It just wouldn't work on her fucking stupid ass. And it's been fun for a lot of years, but now it's exhausting.
It is. You know who I love though? Love. Jennifer Aydin. I do. I love her.
I need her on that hill. I don't know that I love her.
Can I tell you? Because I hated her. I fucking hated her. And now I find her to be refreshing. I love her family. I know, look, her and what's her name, Melissa, have been coming for each other in the press. I don't know if you were reading some of those.
Well, I wasn't reading it, but then I saw, I saw it on the show.
But they've been coming for each other in the press yesterday, where Jennifer is like, you're not real, basically. Like, and I agree. Melissa's drama feels made up.
I don't think I don't feel like Melissa's drama feels made up, but I do feel like Melissa's a fucking fake-o. But I think like that shit with her and Joe is real.
But I think that they play it up for the camera. And I also think there was that plot line of like, am I going to have another baby? That felt fake.
Was bullshit. And do I have a fake sister?
Like, it's fake. And then Jennifer, did put her family on there. That stuff going on between her mom and dad is the most interesting thing that's happened on that show all year. Like, that was fascinating. And I don't think she embarrassed her mom. Like, what I want to say to her mom is, like, I know you feel ashamed and embarrassed, but I find this real. It's just real.
I love the shit she did with her mom. I do agree with the ladies that I think she throws her mother under the bus. She really takes her father's side. She doesn't have any sympathy for her mother, seemingly. What it looks like to me.
Yes.
I mean, that woman was in a loveless marriage since she was 16. And
so
that
painful. When she said that she said to her mother on her engagement day, I don't want to marry this man. Like, that broke my
heart. And how you don't have any like sympathy for someone who just basically their whole life is gone and it was spent with someone that they hate, who hates them. And then you're only going to like be with that dad who's always just, I don't know. I'm not feeling him either, with his earbuds hanging off. And he's always like, I didn't yell at her. I didn't abuse her. I don't know. I get it.
Yeah.
But I think she's fucked up to her mother. I do.
I don't think she's right to her mother. I do think that she throws her mother under the bus. But I also think that the mom and dad, like, she loves her dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
and
I
she
feel,
should.
and so she's like, I don't want to look at my dad that way. Like, I know that you had problems with him, but at the same time, when you become a grown up, you have to see your parents as people a little bit more. You're not a child anymore. You're a woman in your 40s.
I don't think you have to, like, you don't have to be mean to your father, but you could say, like, you're right. He was totally fucked up to you. He was great to me. He was an asshole to you, and that sucks, and I'm sorry. But she never fucking does that.
No, she doesn't, because she's like, I never saw anything bad with Daddy.
Which is
and it's
crap.
Like, because you don't want to see it. Because if it was there, it was there. You don't want to see it.
And 16. And you see that picture, that engagement picture with him all old.
My heart.
Talk about Scott Disick. Yeah, gross.
Also, I want to say to her mom, though, like, look at all these other women, all these moms. Like, this could be your crew. None of them are living with their husbands. Like, they seem like a fun crew. Like, go get your life. It's
Jackie's mother is everything.
Oh, Jackie's mother.
I love her.
What do you think of Jackie?
Sorry, I like Jackie. Sorry.
Ew, really?
Sorry, everybody. Sorry. Hate me if you need to. Yes. She doesn't take no shit off of any of those bitches. She doesn't give a fuck, and I'm here for it. She'll throw it right back, and I'm here for it. She doesn't back down. She's never on her fucking heels. She doesn't give a fuck. And I'm here for it. She's got a hot-ass husband. Yeah.
She does have a hot husband.
Who seems like he's into her, even though she never has given him a blowjob. I find that completely insane.
And he doesn't go down on her either.
Well, that's fine, I guess. I don't know.
What?
It's not my jam. I get it. This is too much information.
Are you kidding? We talk about everything on this show.
That's not my jam either. I don't need no. But
you like it. You want to get it in. Get it in.
I'm not. That's just not for me. But
for him to stay with her and never give a blowjob, that's crazy.
I've never in my life heard of such a thing. I can't even.
He must love her. Her.
But you can tell that he does.
Or she's riding that donkey like.
He's hot as shit. He's the one who's going to give Mauricio a run for his money for a hottest husband. I was just
thinking that. I'm like, he's number 2 to Mauricio.
100%. But here's the deal. I like Jackie, and I didn't like Jackie. I thought she was so whiny and always complaining and, just like, man. But she came through this year. She didn't back down. She came through. And in that reunion, she's sitting there with her Grace Kelly hair. Listen. And she looked at that Jackie dead in her face like, oh, you're going to come for me, bitch? Let's do it. And I'm here. I'm ready. I think next episode's going to be on.
Wow. now I'm starting to like seeing Jackie through your eyes makes me like her.
Watch her confront these bitches. She doesn't like. You could see Margaret was back on her heels. Margaret started to sweat a little bit when Jennifer was coming for her.
Came for her.
And you could tell she they said that shit about her husband. You wouldn't say if you were married to a plumber.
Oh, first of all, plumbers make a shitload
of they do.
Money. The biggest house in my neighborhood, there's a plumbing truck outside it because that's what he fucking does, man. We should be so lucky.
And that's what I'm saying. But Margaret was like on her heels that whole time. Not Jackie, not my girl. Jackie was like, "What you gonna say?" I'll come back with you 10. It was an analogy. It was.
I love how much you say.
And she can say bullshit. I'm here. I love the way she curses.
Wow.
Yes, I'm a fan.
Now I am too.
I have controversial opinion.
But you've turned me around. You've opened my eyes.
She'll fight, and I'm here for it. And she don't need to throw a cheese platter. She does.
Oh, that was my favorite Melissa moment all season. No, my favorite moment was her cleaning up the cheese platter after throwing, because that's me. I think I might have told I can't remember, but one time I got so mad, I trashed my room as like a teenager. I just trashed it all. And then I cleaned it right back up. Like, that's
what
so
a good
mean. Girl
you are.
I know. I'm just like, well, what am I going to do? I don't want to live in this shit.
It's my room.
Let's talk about Marge. Marge looked fantastic at the
gorgeous. Her hair's right.
Her face is settled. Everything's coming together.
Yeah. She looks great. She was definitely on the defense. You know what I mean? Yeah, she was.
What do you think about the thing that came out at the end of the
her
reunion?
Her starting the rumor?
What do you think? Do you think that's true? Because Joe Bonino, is that his last name? Her husband.
Mm-hmm.
I love how I know these random people. Like Joe Bonino. We all know the Boninos. Joe Bonino was like, I had heard that too. Do you think it was Marge who started that? Like, she told Joe.
I know. I mean, I would say no, but just the look on Marge's face. I'm telling you, you can tell a lot. Even though her face is all like frozen and fucking lifted. You could see in her eyes, because Jennifer looked her dead in the face with that smile like, yeah, bitch.
Wow.
Got you. And Marge was like, she just looked worried. You know what I mean? She was like, that's not true. That's not true. But you could see something in her face that like, oh shit, she might have fucking started that shit. Do I think it's true? No.
But she wasn't sure. For a moment, she was unsure. Did I start that?
Yeah. No, I mean, do I think that homeboy is cheating on Miss Jackie?
Do you think that's true? No.
No. Unless the thing I could possibly see is maybe he's on the DL getting a little like, but if he doesn't like his dick sucked, then I don't think he's fucking gay. Yeah. Unless he's not getting his dick sucked at home. This is what they're all saying, right? You know what I mean?
Interesting.
I mean, he's so flipping gorgeous.
He's gorgeous. Gorgeous. I like him. I
like him too. He's so nice. But the way he like kisses her and he's holding her.
And also just seeing him on the beach, like he has that look that I like. Like,
yeah.
And
he's good with his kids. His kids are good. Like, I like those kids are sweet. The one with the holes in his shoes. He's terrible.
Well, I hated them. They showed the holes in the shoes because Jackie has this terrible reputation of being cheap. And then, like,
but I remember, listen, I was broke growing up, but I remember it being cool to have your sneakers as fucked up as possible.
Oh, I wore Keds until there were like 5 holes in all of them. And my parents didn't notice. They had 3 kids. They were just whatever. And I got those Keds for my sister 2 years older than me. You know, it's like you just handed it down until it was torn to shit.
Like even the rich kids would like thrash their shoes. I don't know.
I love that kid. That kid was like, yeah, I've been wearing it like this. Whatever, Mom.
I don't know. I think Marge, you know, it's a mystery. I don't know. But I think there's something there because Jen sure didn't. Jennifer looked like the cat that ate the canary. She looked like she knew some shit.
I have one thing I also love this season was that Jackie's hair has been a mess. Like her disaster, and that someone called them out. Her extensions were terrible. Terrible. And I get it. It's a pandemic. You can't get your hair. I mean, please.
But again, here's someone who I think, like, much like Kathy Hilton, a humorless human being. Thought of Jackie as that.
Me too.
But she went ahead. She was like, no, I had a fucked up hair situation. It was fucked up.
She said, she's like, no, the extensions were fine. My real hair.
She was like, I had silky smooth extensions and then like a frizz bomb in the back. And she was laughing. Yes. You have a fan in me, sister.
Yeah, that was a good moment. You've turned me around on Jack. I mean, if anything has come out of Tay's podcast, I really think the fact that you've given me a 180 on Jackie, and now she's my after Jennifer Aydin and Marge, she might be my
I'm
favorite.
gonna work on Sutton. I'm gonna
No, you will never. Anna, you will never get me to Sutton. Never.
I don't know.
That woman. No.
I don't know.
There's some skeletons in that closet.
Yes, fabulous, juicy, lovely skeletons. And I want them all out dancing around.
Anna, you are always a treat, a pleasure, a diamond. I miss you so much. Where can people see you, check you out? I mean, there's obviously Love Victor. Love
Victor's about to drop. So
when is it coming?
I think it's in June. I want to say June 11th. So everybody, please check it out.
It's on Hulu.
Yes.
Also home to the Hot Wives.
Fucking hell, man. Yes.
I will never see a residual, so you're not. But just watch it because you love it.
And we do love it. But yeah, if everybody checks out Love Victor, it's a really good, fun season, and it's sexier, it's gayer, it's everything we love.
That's all I want in this world. I truly do. I know. In this world.
It should be everyone's motto. Like, get sexier and get gayer.
Please. It's not hot girl summer. It's sexier, gayer summer. That's what I want it to be.
Yes,
Please.
it's hot gay summer all day long.
Give it to us. Give it to me now. I love you. Thank you so much. I also just want to plug our live show. It's June 24th. We're going to have tons of special guests, lots of red towel talk. It's going to be 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 8:30 Eastern time, but you can watch it for 24 hours even if you can't watch it live. Go to loopedlive.com or you can go on Casey and I's Instagrams. You'll see all the information there. But June 24th, fun live, July 4th, early July 4th show. We're so excited.